The spotlight with me today is none other than Onika, better known as Onyxx, makeup artist, filmmaker, and musician. Clock it. So here to chat with us about her album Multifaceted. Welcome, Onyxx.
Hi guys. How are you?
We're doing very well, thank you. So Multifaceted is such an interesting name for an album, and it reminds me a lot about my show, The Protagonist. So what inspired the name, and how does it reflect who you are as an artist?
Firstly, before I answer that question, I'd just like to say thank you to the Protagonist for having me on the show. It is a unique name. I love that. It's literally main character, main superstar vibes. I like it. And Multifaceted really came about just me discovering myself and seeing the types of jobs that I can do. So basically, I am a makeup artist, as you've said, a filmmaker as well, singer, songwriter, all of that. So I was like, okay, what kind of encompasses all of that? And it's talking about me, and I'm a multifaceted person, I'm a multifaceted being. And also in the genres that I make in my music, I do gqom, I'm a piano, R&B, reggae. So it's just different genres, and I didn't want to be a multi-genred artist. I just want to be like everything, above and beyond. So that's how Multifaceted came about. Yeah.
Multifaceted indeed.
Yes.
So, Onyxx, when people listen to the album from start to finish, what feeling do you want them to walk away with?
So, oh, this will be such a sad one for people, Shem. Firstly, Multifaceted was supposed to be an EP, but now we've kind of broken it up into like demo songs, and there's four in total of that. And originally, how I wanted people to feel was basically like a whirlwind of myself and what I was kind of going through. I was firstly going through relationship breakups, but then also breaking up with myself, having to leave the person that I was in that relationship. So that was like chase me and doing that. That was one of the hardest songs, I'm not gonna lie, that I had to do there in that album. But overall I just wanted people to really feel like ups and downs, man, and feel life. All of us are going through that. So if there's somebody that also is a symbol for another person, that, oh yeah, okay, that person is also going through something in life, I can latch onto that, and then we'll sing the songs, and then we'll get through it in the next time. Like, that's kind of basically how I wanted the whole entire album to feel like, and to be like, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So, is there a track that challenged you emotionally or creatively when producing Multifaceted?
Yes. As I said, it was Chase Me. Chase Me was really about myself wanting to be chased, but I'm also chasing somebody that doesn't want to chase me.
Yeah.
And then it was like, hey, why am I wanting this validation? Why am I wanting all of these things? And then I was listening to so many like artists, and one in particular, FKA Twigs. She in cellophane. She does these really high notes. You have like, what did I do it for you? Like, yeah. So I wanted to incorporate that, and those like notes were like saddened notes, and very like, as a musical person, I feel like that note is very sad and somber, even though it's so high and sounds happy, but it's so sad. It's like a different contrast. So I wanted to infuse that in my in that song in Chase Me. So that was very difficult to do. I'm not particularly a soprano singer, so even knowing and finding just that note, like, of like, I was like, yo, going through so much. Like, it took us like literally, I think like 3-4 days to do just that one song, but every other song was like one day, 2 hours, 3 hours. And then that one was just the one that was like, no, why can't we get this right? So, but yeah, it was really good though. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Perfect. Shout out FKA Twigs. Thank you for that.
Shout out
And you're
to
very
you.
welcome for the wireless exclusive from Onyxx. Thank
Yes,
you.
please come here. Come. Yes.
You stepped behind the camera as a filmmaker and a production designer.
Yes.
So when
yes.
did that spark first hit for you?
So I went to after 2021, And then originally I wanted to do music because that was like basically my thing. I was like, yes, I'm a music head and I love this and I studied music and all of that. And then was helping out some honors students and they needed a like a makeup artist. And at that time, I think like transitioning end of 2021, 2022, beginning of 2022, we had to like do what's this a course like in at after you have to do all of the subjects. So at that time I was doing makeup and production designing and I was like, okay, you know what, let me go help these honors
Yeah.
students. And doing that I was like, whoa, I'm actually liking this. And as somebody who came from a background of being a tomboy, I loved sports. Like I played EP cricket, you know, got my EP colors. I did javelin, shot put, discus, like
Mm-hmm.
swimming, athletics, all of that. You name it, I did it. So then doing this, and it was a girly thing to me, but I was like, whoa, this is so inspiring.
Yes.
Actually, like I like what makeup can do for a character. You know, it can change them. Like I can make this person old, but they were young now. So that
Yes.
fascinated me, and I was like, okay, let me do this. This is something that I really like now. I'm fascinated by this. I know I'm good with music and I'm good at doing music, but let me put that in the back burner and then
Yes.
let me focus on film. So that's kind of where everything sparked for me,
Yes.
in that department. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So you mentioned your film side, your music side.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know, does your film and music side, do they feed off of each other? Or are those just two totally different creative tools for you?
110%. I think also like how how a movie or short film is kind of assembled, the pacing of it. I know that's kind of weird to say, but the pacing of how some movies and some shots are shot, that's kind of how I read in my brain. So I'm like, okay, since this shot is like a slow pace panning motion because we're emphasizing a scene of heartbreak, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So I also go in my head of like, okay, when I'm writing these words, they have to kind of follow like a slow transition. I'm talking about heartbreak, but I have to talk about it in like a in a different way, you know, to not rush into like I'm speaking about heartbreak, but
Yes.
I'm also like, you know, developing the story and developing my artwork basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it does clash and collaborate with each other. Yeah, and also does in terms of how people also know me. Um, if you know me by my music side, you'll possibly also want to work with me in film and music side because in my music I also shoot and I'm very vocal about that I shoot, or I even write
Mm-hmm.
things that I'm like, hey yo, I'm a film this and this, or I'm a creative director, even in my music, my lyrics. So if people listen to that, they're gonna be
Yes.
automatically like drawn to that. So yeah, that's how they link. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, perfect. And you've also done like quite a few projects. So
Yes.
out of all of your projects, which one made you stop and think, oh, this is why I do
Oh my gosh,
it?
girl, like so many. But so far there are two that I'm like, okay, this is really going now. The first one that I did was um my like it was a first in like a first independent, there you go, a first independent film that I did with a crew of mine called Bipolar Visions.
Mm-hmm.
um and that like we made that film, it's called Ilobola, and we were fortunate and lucky enough with literally without having anything, we just knew each other of like, okay, you can get connections with cameras, you can get connections with makeup, and you can
Yes.
get connections with this and this, let's come together. And in that, like making something, and like something big, like in imagine now these are like seven people that have nothing, no money, no nothing. You have
Yeah.
your own car, you have your own camera, coming together. And then we hear at the end of the year, hey yo, your film got selected to represent South Africa in Ghana. And we're like, oh damn, like like
Yeah.
that's crazy. And then with that you get like 10,000 rand in what's this in prizes. So we're like, okay, cool, this is something that's so nice that I did, and I'm really doing this. And then the
Mm-hmm.
second one was getting a chance to work on Pretty Ugly's music video, Peace for Peace. So I
Yes.
was like, okay, this is something that's really big. And then from there, people saw my stuff, and then Ulandi and Slate the Greats and Banks now just released their music video on Channel O. So through those two things, I got to work even now on a third project that made my face be recognized on
Yeah.
a lot of TV. So yeah, I'm quite grateful, and I was like, damn, we doing something big now. Yeah, those are the three. But mainly the first two were the big ones, the big realizations of like,
Very
okay,
cool.
yeah.
Very cool. Are you able to share the name of the first project?
Yeah. The first project was Ilobola. It's a short
Mm-hmm.
film by Bipolar Visions. And then the second one is Peace for Peace
Yes.
by Pretty Ugly. And then this one, I forgot the name of the song. I'm so sorry, Slate. I'm so sorry, Landy. I'm so sorry, Banks. But yeah, if you go and check out their page, and even on Channel O, you'll find it there. You'll find us there. Yeah.
Yes. So, Onika, you're also a makeup artist
Yeah, boo.
and you do makeup for film.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your approach to making a look that tells a story?
Um, it really just depends on the person that I am. Firstly, for makeup, the person, what they are going for, what they are envisioning, and then seeing what type of also styles and techniques that I can use
Mm-hmm.
to make that happen. Um, yeah, and then for film wise, I do the same thing. When the story is given to me, the paper I read through, I see, okay, this person has maybe gone through some difficulty. Now in film you can have that opportunity to kind of like fill in some crazy ideas in there, whereas in makeup you can't really do too much
Mm-hmm.
crazy because you need the face to still look
Yes.
cute. But in film, like I go ham, man. I go I go ham. I go creative. I just really look at the papers and see what people and what the writer kind of wants from these characters, and then seeing if my makeup can't also emphasize what they are needing, and what their character is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically me.
Yes. And Onyx, you juggle music,
Yeah,
film, and makeup.
I know.
So
I know.
how are you able to keep that creativity flowing
Yo,
without facing a hectic burnout?
girl, I'm burnt out right now. I'm burnt out right now. Um, Season is like the weather and the seasons will always be your enemy, as especially as a singer. um Flu is something that you catch on a daily basis, so like those burnouts, and then trying to also make money to help with your music or even your makeup or even your film, because you want to kind of give money to each of these things so that you have your makeup equipment and it's fresh,
Mm-hmm.
it's nice, it's clean for people that are coming to book you. But then also you want to put in some money for maybe transport or equipment for the movie shoots. So that kind of takes me out of my creative side with
Mm-hmm.
the both of them, and like all three of them actually, because I'm in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, I need to make money, I need to do this in order
Yes.
to supply all of these three. Um, but you just have to push through the burnout. I mean, you this is what I wanted, this is what I'm great at, and this is what I'm good at, so I can't be tired now, I can't let burnouts tire me. But
Yes.
obviously I can take a break, it's not saying that I can't, and I do. I mean, if I'm seeing myself, okay, I'm burning out right now, I need to sleep, I will literally put everything down. I will say,
Mm-hmm.
give me 1 day, 2 days, and then I'll be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you burn out, but you just have to keep pushing through it, because this is what I want, and this is for others, for maybe some of you, that's what you want, that's your job, that's what you want, so you have to push for it.
Exactly. So it's about that time in the show where I fish for a wireless exclusive.
Yes.
So what is next for Onyx? Are we getting more music, more film? What's next for you?
Yes, ma'am. You are getting some more music from me. I'm in contact, and I want to be in contact with I am 16. If I am 16 can please please answer me, that would be really, really great. Because I have some beautiful music done and written, especially also with people like Tiano, DC, as well as Rock T. Yeah, he's like worked
Mm-hmm.
with Professor and all of that stuff. So I'm doing some music with them, and then seeing if I can't do other music with, D Kawala or J Music, and see
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But overall, yeah. You will see something from me, trust me, even if it takes
Wonderful.
some time.
Amazing. Onyxx, where can we follow you?
To follow me and to see some of my stuff, you can go onto TikTok at Onyxx, Onyxx, and then you can also go onto my Instagram at official Onyxx, and then you'll find me there. Yeah, and then if you want my music, you can go onto Spotify, YouTube, and just search Onyxx and my song Rest or Chase. Yeah,
Perfect. Wonderful. Back to back wireless exclusives from Onyxx.
thank
Be
you.
sure to stream Multifaceted on all streaming platforms, namely Spotify and YouTube Music.